Well, we've just given Kit a nice polish this afternoon. It's actually the first polish I've given him since I've had him back from the paint shop. And also, we've put the nose on, look at that. It is the first time I fitted the nose since he came back from the paint shop. So what I've been doing this afternoon is I've done a little bit of a test fit with the scanner. I had to put the front nose on. If you remember in one of my previous videos, I had to make sure everything was lined up. And the good news is it does, because I was really concerned that this wing had crumpled and it was all out of shape. Now, as you can see, it's actually lined up pretty well. There's still a few little bits. I mean, remember, this hood is not all the way down. So that can come down much further than that. And then we can adjust the headlights. That isn't a problem. I was more concerned with the actual front wing. That's the damage there. We can sort that, that's not a problem. But the alignment is actually quite good. So some good news for a change. So he's come up really well. As I said, I've given him a nice polish and he has come up really, really well. It's nice to actually see him nice and shiny for a change, because he's normally stuck in the garage looking all dusty. I'm really happy with that. Spent about half hour giving him a bit of a polish. So really nice. And also some other news. I have got the new heater core installed as well. However, I haven't yet filled it up with coolant. I've got to do that in the next week or so. So if you look in there, there is the new heater core. So if you do plan on ever doing this yourself, make sure that all of the dash is out like this. It is so much easier. It just looks so much nicer with that nose on. It's just a shame I can't leave it on. I'm gonna have to take it off when it goes back in the garage. But we'll pop the hood anyway, and I'll show you the actual nose and how everything sits. So if we look a little bit closer, you can see there's just a slight gap under there, but we can sort that out later. That isn't a problem. The most important thing, as I said earlier, is that front wing, because if this didn't line up correctly, then I was going to have to get the paint guy to come into the garage when this goes into the garage and look at how much he needs to move the wing around for it to fit on the car. But luckily, as far as I can see now, I've only put a couple of bolts in here, so this is not screwed and bolted all the way through. That's why it's not a perfect alignment, but you can still get a really good idea if it's going to fit okay. I've adjusted the headlights. There's a few adjustments on there that you can move around. So on the whole, it's pretty good. And we've got the scanner as well. Obviously the scanner goes in the middle, so I'll just do a quick test run. It's a bit difficult because I've only got one hand. So that goes in the middle there like that. Obviously we're not quite at the stage yet of fitting the scanner, but he's going to go like that. You're not actually going to be able to see the LEDs behind it, because on my last kit that I built, what I did was I got some sandpaper and I lightly misted the red perspex, because you don't want to be able to see the actual LED lamps behind, you know. Whether you've got a LED scanner or a halogen, you just don't want to see bulbs or the LED lights behind it. You know, you want it to look a bit more mysterious. So that's why I always use a bit of sandpaper and just rub it over. So yeah, this was just another quick update along the way, and been out here a few hours this afternoon, as it's been a lovely day, really hot here in the UK. I don't know what it's like where you are, but man, it's been hot here, about 24 degrees. So I had to wait until later this afternoon to get him out because it was just too hot. It's come up really, really well. So there are gaps there, I know, but that's because I've not fully done the bolts up. I just wanted to get it on and have a rough fit so I can see how it all looks. Now, if you do want to know how I've been adjusting the headlights, it's really simple. So these are manual wheels for the actual headlight. So you spin that and it goes up. So if you were driving the car at night time and your electrics failed, you can still pop your lights up. So this is just like a safety precaution they have on these. I mean, this is a bit of an old school thing to have now, the old pop-up lights. I don't think many cars have them anymore. But that's how I've been adjusting the lights. There is still more adjustment I need to make, but that's good. I mean, I'm happy with that, how it looks now. I mean, look at that. That is looking pretty damn good. And the front lights as well, the grille lights. Now, do you remember in a previous video that I made, I said, didn't I, that the indicators, if you spray them with, if you tint them with some black spray paint, you can still see them. They're basically the turn signals, the indicators. So when you turn, you can still easily see them. But during the day, when he's driving along, they don't stick out. You know, they, as in not literally stick out, but they don't stand out because they would normally be orange, and you don't want them sort of taking away the view of the front of the car, like with the 4 lights, the scanner and everything. So that is why we put black tint on the indicators, on the turn signals. That's something I learned on my last kit as well. A friend of mine told me that. That's a good little trick. So yeah, he's looking pretty damn good. Oh, that's so good just to get him out and give him a polish. Heater core's done. The nose is on. I just wish I could leave it on permanently, but it just won't fit in the garage. It's literally probably about, what, 100 mil too long? But it's fine, it's fine. I've still got work to do on the front lights anyway, all the wiring and everything, so it's not a problem. It's going to have to come off anyway for a few more months. But yeah, looking forward to the day where I can reverse him back in the garage with the nose on, scanner on. Now hopefully in the next few months or so, well maybe even sooner than that, I'm going to do a bit of a test run with my scanner. So I'm going to rig it all up, make sure it's a dark night, maybe over the summer at some point, and do a full test run of the scanner, get him out on the driveway, and maybe, you know, drive him up and down there, and just do a full test run with the scanner. That will be good. But I can't drive him at the moment because there's no coolant in the system. I need to fill it all up and then get rid of all the air and then run it for a while, let it all circulate. But that's a job I'll probably do next week now. So let's just take the scanner out and we will put that on the floor. Got to be very, very careful with this scanner. It's a lot of money. And I know you want to know how much I paid for it, and I will tell you it's a lot of money. It's a night scanner, right? So the night scanner guys, they've got a Facebook page. I paid $1,000. In fact, it cost me a little bit more than that. So I think with postage and delivery, it was like $1,060, which is about £850. Yes, I know, very, very expensive. However, my last one was a night scanner and that was brilliant. There is nothing else out there, from what I've seen anyway, that even competes with a night scanner. I mean, if there is, let me know, leave a comment, but I think the night scanner is absolutely brilliant. The reason why I like it so much is because the trail is really good. There's a lovely trail back and forth, but you don't get that on some scanners. Some scanners just have 2 or 3 lights where there's like a tiny little trail, and it's just, you know, it's a bit lame. But the night scanner trail is just superb. You know, that's why you pay a lot of money for them. End of the day though, I totally understand if you haven't got the budget for a night scanner, you know, just go with a different one. But you know, that's fine. That's fine. I know everyone's got a budget, but you know how much money I've spent on this car. It was just pointless buying a budget scanner when I've spent so much money on the car and the engine bay and everything else. So one last look round, and then we will end the video, because I'm going to have to put him back in the garage, unfortunately. I could stand out here for hours doing work on him, but I've got work tomorrow, so I need to get some things ready. But if you're not already subscribed to Funky Projects, make sure you're subscribed if you want to follow along. It'd be much appreciated, supports the channel and helps me to just build even more projects in the future. And that's just, you know, a lot more fun. The more people that follow along, it gives me a lot more sort of like inspiration to just build more funky projects, more crazy inventions, more cars. And we'll just see where things take us over the next few years. But there you go, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll just lower the hood one last time and then call it a day, I think. All right, so that is nearly all the way down. It isn't fully down, but he's looking good. Apart from the scratch, the mark on the wing. That's a shame, but we'll get that fixed. But it's good news. That is good news that we can just get that sprayed now and get the little bit on the inside done as well. And then we can just put it back on the car and job done. So that is really good news. So glad to share some good news for a change. So thanks guys. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Take care.